meaning that probably a lot of people already saw it. And I do remember it because
talking to the camera, right? Like talking to you. There's one bit where he kind of like apologizes that he's not there for you. What went through your mind when you heard that?
oh, I mean, every time, even now after 30 years, when I watch the tape, I cry because I can just believe how much it hurt him, for him not.
Good.
Buenos dias.
Bonjour.
Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
I'm one and only Mr. Edmund.
This program is being brought to you as part of the Newman Project, the Community Development and Training Center, aka TDCC.
See that?
I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
The new.
Gangster.
baby.
And if you don't know,
Now you know.
Now you know.
No.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know.
mm-hmm.
And there's another thing that you need to know. And you need to know that the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program.
Mhm.
The views, opinions, and statements expressed by the host, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carabester Radio, 99 Gems, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. Basically, nobody but us. Yeah.
But us.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
Good
We
morning.
speak for ourselves.
Grand Rising.
Yeah. You're
Anis
a grand
Navidad.
type of sister.
You know what? I'm a whatever I wake up type of sister. I'm not even gonna lie. And I told you one time I used to say Grand Rising, right?
Okay.
Because I went there.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
I
yeah.
told you somebody told me I ain't no biscuit. You know, so you know.
Oh, you gotta be a biscuit in order to have a grand rise.
I guess so. You know, when that was said, I was like, all right.
Yeah, see,
That's the end of that.
I think that's self-hate. I think it's self-hate
Okay.
because if it was Australia and they said good day, mate, when nobody had nothing to say. But because I say
Somebody
good, because I say grand rising instead of good morning.
Yeah.
Now I got to be a brother.
He said, how's a brother is a
Y'all
biscuit?
let say I ain't no biscuit. Grand rise.
No,
I wouldn't have thought that. Just like,
Me
okay.
neither, but I mean,
Yeah, that shut you down,
it,
though?
no, it really didn't. I'm just listen. What I realized is you can't please everybody.
Nope.
Somebody's gonna have a problem with something,
Yep.
right? I say, good morning, love. You know, however I feel in the morning.
Okay.
You know.
Mr. Edmund, you a good morning grand ride? What you look?
I'm bilingual.
Okay.
Feliz
I-
Navidad, you might get.
I'm
You know?
telling you, I can do it all.
Good morning. I see we
Yeah,
got
good
some good
morning.
mornings in the chat. Good morning and good day and both. Yeah. It's literally an instruction to have a good day. But I say I ain't no biscuit as a joke. I hear that.
No, for real. No, but I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like if you say something to people in the morning
Mm-hmm.
and then they come back with a rebuttal, you already started off the morning bad.
Yeah, your morning already.
You're looking for something to be. If I be like, what you so happy for? Like, that's how I feel. Like, if you're gonna complain about something, so yeah.
I saw something too. Now that you say that, I think I saw a headline where somebody was actually murdered because they didn't speak back or something like that. Like that started the whole thing.
Now, see, you had the wrong intentions.
Yeah.
Like if I can't.
No, it was like they didn't speak back.
I wouldn't have spoke back under those conditions either.
Yeah, they said they didn't speak back, and that was like the premise for them. Like they got so angry with the person for not speaking back that
they made sure they'll never speak again.
I guess so.
Wow.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's all
horrible.
Kind of crazy things like that happening in the world.
Wow.
So massive winter storm is hitting the U.S.
Yeah.
So a powerful winter storm system has been sweeping across much of the United States over the weekend into today, bringing snow, sleet, freezing rain, ice, and dangerously cold temperatures from the southern plains all the way through the northeast. They said the impact has been more than 1 million customers have lost power amid the ice and snow accumulating on trees and power lines, especially in the southern and mid-Atlantic states. Airports have seen thousands of flights canceled and delayed as dangerous conditions make travel treacherous. What are these words? State of emergencies have been declared in many areas, and authorities are urging residents to stay off roads and prepare for prolonged cold. The storm system has also affected about 213 million people under winter weather warnings.
Yeah, I know. I checked in on a lot of my people in Georgia, so they kind of stayed in. They bunkered up.
St. Pete, Georgia, the St. Pete, Georgia Connect. You got a lot of people from St. Pete that went to Georgia. So
some is from St. Pete, Georgia. Okay. Some is from Georgia.
Okay.
My auntie Betty just sent pictures because she's in New York.
Oh yeah,
of her icy house.
Wow.
she's staying in. But luckily the community came in. They shoveled the snow from her front yard and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, so
wow.
Yeah.
You got people that's snowed in, man.
Oh man, yeah, man. I got a lot of people snowed in, man.
Yeah, dealing with the snow and
I just hope I hope they stay warm.
Yeah, I saw a post about somebody going in. I think it might have been your sister saying she was going to get a banana and got there and all of the fruit was gone, everything gone.
No, I seen the pictures like everything was kind of bare. So yeah.
Yeah, it's rough out there.
Oh, we're starting off early.
So be safe.
Good morning. Introduce yourself. We're talking about the cold.
Grand Rising. This is Miss B, the job coach. You know I'm a trucker. You know I'm a trucker. Let me tell you what's going to happen in your grocery store, because all of those trucks are shut down. Whole company shut down. Supply chain is shut down. So through today, probably, they're going to start to look at those trucks moving. So when you go to the grocery store and you can't find stuff, or stuff is more expensive, it's going to be because the supply chain is shut down for over 72 hours. You didn't mention trucks at all. So transportation, I watched all my friends all weekend and talked to them in their trucks, just laying there. They're not they're waiting until daylight to see if they can move.
Wow. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Context matters.
They showed up too.
And so you never really see the full impacts until you directly impacted by it.
Yeah.
So now is the time to find out what stocks gonna benefit from that what do you call it, snowball effect. And then this is when you make an investment. And then you want to boom swoon. I mean, this ain't investment information. I ain't an investment person. But I'm just thinking, if you see the sign, follow the green light. Man, I'm 10,000.
I don't think he don't look. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah, that was that cheese. You know, don't eat no more cheese. Yeah, man. That new stuff, do.
Y'all so funny.
That new stuff.
What you do this weekend, Q?
What did I do this weekend? I got a relaxing weekend. I had a meeting. I had a couple of meetings. So yeah, I was with y'all on Saturday.
Where as well?
At Child's Park.
Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah. I was with y'all Saturday. Yeah. Yeah. I had a couple of more meetings. I did some house cleaning, and then I got some rest too. Like I went yesterday and got up early, did a couple of errands real early, came back, and then I laid down until like almost 12:30. Slept till like 12:30. It was like the best sleep. Like
at night?
No, during the day. Yeah. I guess, but I got back, like I got up early. I got back home like around 9 something in the morning, and then laid back down till like 12:30. It was amazing. That was it. I had nothing too spectacular.
Good time. Met up with the first one of the year. So, we do the fourth Saturday of every month. Neighborhood Wellness Walk. And we have good participation. Background music.
Just humming in here like we ain't, like you ain't talking. That just reminds me of, when you at church and the pastor preaching too long and then the
Oh, I'm glad y'all talked about church. I'm sorry, y'all. God bless us all. I
think he need his
I went
mask.
to church. Listen, I went to church. This was a blessing. I went to church Sunday. Like I was just walking, and I walked into a service. And listen, big shots out to Studio 620 in the church that they have inside of Studio 620 on Sunday. Now listen to this.
So you was there on purpose?
No, it was not.
When you say Studio,
No. I didn't go there. Oh, and I walked up.
Okay.
And the pastor, or I don't know if she was a pastor. I don't know, but pastors preach, so I don't know. Minister, I ain't stay long enough to really discern who she was. But she was spitting that fire. I heard it through I'm walking down the sidewalk and she was just calling my name. Jabbar, don't you walk past this door? Come here.
Oh.
That's what you heard?
No, that's how she was talking.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what you heard. That's what you heard. So Even though she was like,
the
people, if you need
that's what she was. She was
on
the spirit, and the spirit is like special size for you.
Yeah.
If that's the thing, right? The spirit knows your touch, knows what gonna motivate you. Right. And it was just so special what she was saying when I walked in, because I'm like, whoa, is she talking to me? Yeah, I went in, I hung out. She did a great job. It was beautiful.
And since you said that, I did go to a play this Saturday.
What play?
Yeah, it was an improv play. I can't tell you the name.
Oh, they were just making it up?
Like it was really neat. It was a smaller room. It was out in Pinellas Park. And what they did, they interviewed the co-owner. And then after the interview, they went and improv the whole interview. Oh. And it was a lot of comedy. Like it was actually pretty neat. And they were
in the flyer, it's gonna be a sunshine. So
oh yes, the snacks.
Yes, man. Big shots out. This is the biggest movement, one of the biggest movements in St. Pete history. Yeah. Not only did you have a successful big time boycott, a powerful movement, but you also have a play. This is all happening at the same time, right? In our lifetime. See, usually when the play come out, it's like 50 years later. 60 years later, they make the play. Big shots out to that guy, doggone Tron.
We got to have him come in. But
that darn Tron.
It's hard for him to come in because he's a truck driver. If you follow him, so he's a garbage man.
Well, he need to pull that truck right up in here and blow the horn.
But I don't know if y'all have ever been to any of his plays. Yeah, they do. But I don't know if you ever been to any of his plays. I've been to quite a few of them, right? And they're really good. And he write them. He do the audition. And if you ever been to Boobay Inn, he builds
the whole set.
He builds the whole set. Yeah. Because he's a big Halloween person, right? And he just so he got here, he worked for, and this is for all the kids and people to let you know, like, dreams come true. You actually have a passion and then you work for it. He got here because he worked at Busch Gardens, built the stage at Busch Gardens for Halloween, did dancing, got married, did the whole 9 yard. And then the reason why Boo Bay Inn kind of started is because when he was a kid, he couldn't afford to go to a haunted house and he wanted to offer it to the hood.
Hey,
so
man, big shots out to everything they doing. Jason Bryant, I mean not Jason Bryant, Larry Bryant.
Yeah.
The whole staff, y'all. I love the cast.
I see
list.
Princess is on there.
I love the cast
I
list.
can't wait to see it.
Yeah, you mentioned Jason Bryant. JP, I saw JP video. He did a live video too about the shooting.
So let's talk about the violence in St. Pete.
Yeah.
Oh man, we should have came out.
But I don't
What? Go here.
No, I don't want to label it like violence in St. Pete though. Like,
no, because that ain't fair. That ain't fair. Because like this stuff happened. It's violence in the world. Let's not isolate our violence as like a big deal.
Okay, but let me. So you take it however you want to take it, but it was violence and it did happen in St. Pete, right?
When they talk about the violence in St. Pete, like that's a big topic.
Well, take it how you want to.
That's a huge topic.
So and sorry, and sorry for
specifically talking about.
Okay, so let's talk.
But
because let's say that because on Friday episode, what we did talk about how crime has dropped here in St. Pete. Statistics
have dropped.
Yeah. And I was if y'all remember, I was talking about taking the opportunity if the crime really had dropped to do some crime prevention, some things that we haven't done before, using it as an opportunity. And just because I know things like this are gonna happen. And rest in peace to the young man and his family that lost their life, and the people who got hurt, people all involved. Nobody want to go through a situation like this. And it's not a lot of information, but what you got, Brother John?
Just those who haven't seen it, the St. Pete police, they are, this was, I guess, I don't know if they still are, investigating a shooting that occurred Friday at 6:30 in the 900 block of 22nd Lane South. According to the preliminary information from the police, a 29-year-old and another man were armed and allegedly attempted to rob two men who were sitting inside a parked vehicle on 22nd Lane South. Investigators say the two men inside the vehicle were also armed. During the confrontation, one of the men and the second suspect were shot. The other man was pronounced dead at the scene. Second man, the 30-year-old, was transported to the hospital with critical injuries. Officers arrived quickly, detained two individuals, and recovered multiple firearms from the scene. At this time, investigators say all available evidence indicates that the shooting was an act of self-defense. The two men who were detained were interviewed and released, and no charges have been filed at this point.
Wow. I will say, so, I mean, as the investigation, so let's talk about it. People need to leave people's stuff alone.
I mean, allegedly.
Allegedly. That's what I'm saying. So we don't know, but allegedly.
Thank you for that, allegedly.
Yeah.
Because the allegations haven't been founded.
Yeah. Allegedly.
You hear, like I saw the official report, and, we know people. And some people say that
the real world report.
The real world report is not lining up with what the official report is. And so, another sad situation, man.
So what was can you tell me what did y'all hear?
They were saying that to have the person who was shot and having their name mixed in with a robbery just don't make no sense. Like that person's character, like that's not what that person.
Oh, so that's what the word on the street is?
The word on the street is that person don't do that. Like if that's the narrative, they're not believing it because that ain't the person who put it.
Okay.
The people know the people who do stuff like that. And this ain't one of the people who do stuff like that.
Well, prayers out to everybody that's involved, however it happened.
No, that's real now.
People, it's just crazy. It's crazy. I don't want to speak too much on it because again, I don't want to offend and I don't want to hurt anybody. You know what I mean? When it comes, because my thoughts are kind of like everywhere when you do it. Because when you're grieving, it's easy to eliminate some things about people that you don't want to believe, right?
Yeah.
And then it's easy to paint pictures, and so like sit there. I hope that the truth does come out.
Yeah.
either way, you know, and it's still a senseless loss.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And what came to my mind was MC Light. Leave the guns and the knives and the drugs alone. MC Light's on the microphone, right?
Right.
Self-destruction.
Self-destruction.
You know what I'm saying?
You need to use, like, if you have it, because it's no secret that I carry.
Yeah.
But I've never pulled my gun out on not a soul. Yeah. Not unless I'm at the gun range. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
like
you should.
Yeah.
But I should be coming from it if it come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you pull it.
If it come out, if I should be coming from it. Thou sayest.
This is not the first time someone was killed in the alley with gun violence.
Oh yes. Listen, that alley is a historic spot. I was out there when it happened. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to some people. Like, I remember that alley as a child, right? I remember when it went down right there, like almost unceremoniously the same, almost exact spot. I ain't saying exact, but like kind of like the exact same spot. And I was probably 12 or 13 when that happened. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I ain't telling y'all how old I am, but it was like that many years ago. But and it's not saying that, you know, this ain't an important situation. It's saying that, like, we're reliving a lot of things that have gone on in the past, because we still kind of doing the same things.
You know what I will say is that, like, regardless of what happened to the people that's involved, like this man, because he's 29, who lost his life, he had children, you know, that he needed to make it back home to, that depend on him. And so regardless of what happens, I would, before y'all go out or anything like this happen, like, think about the people who depend on you,
right,
that you may not make it home to. You know,
yeah, that's tough, man.
That's very tough.
That's tough again, because, you know, not having context, not knowing what's the deal. But it's just, again, it's unfortunate that, you know, these disagreements and stuff that happen are now turning violent. Like, I've seen just so many crazy stories that, like, the premise for what the incident was. Like, we talked about it. So I saw another headline. I don't have the story, but it was like an uncle and a nephew got into a fight over a Uno game, and one of them ended up stabbing the other.
It's conflict resolution, man. And a lot of times this stuff happen in the heat of the moment, and, you know, things do go left. And that's, you know, conflict resolution and emotional intelligence. And the one that they left out, you know, social intelligence, because emotional intelligence, you control yourself, and social intelligence helps you control, you know, the things around you. And a lot of times we don't have those tools.
Even breaking down is trauma. And so your words have power, right? And I can see people getting upset, you know, talking about, if somebody pull up on me, I got him, you know. And when you're in this heat of moment, not at the point when you're playing Uno, but when you're home drinking by yourself, right? And then these thoughts going through your head and you replaying all this other stuff. Or when you was in the streets or still in the streets, you always talk about what you're going to do if somebody try you.
Yeah.
Right.
And then somebody try you.
And then you feel like you have to live up to the words that you have been.
Or what you should have did when they tried you, but you didn't do it. So
right,
somebody try you.
And now you talk yourself, right? And you talk yourself into believing that you have to be that person.
Yeah.
And so, like, now you playing Uno with your uncle, and the last conversation that you remember having with yourself is, when somebody try me, I got him.
Yeah, that be the tone.
And then you do it, and that's what triggers in your mind. And now you go. So, like, I mean,
that broke you, huh?
Yeah. So be careful.
I mean, we're talking about violence, but what about the state-sponsored violence?
Go for it.
They just killed a man, ICE. Like, what was the trigger for the ICE people? You know what I mean? So there was a deadly confrontation with the federal immigration agents and a Minneapolis man. So sparked national controversy after video evidence emerged that appears to contradict the official narrative. So the man was shot in Minneapolis by ICE agents, and then there's like analysis that was done of the video where they're showing they actually took a gun from him, went off in a different direction, and the man was basically subdued and got shot. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, we only got 1 more minute, so I don't think we're gonna be able to handle this in this 1 minute because this is a big piece of something to bite off of. Yeah. Because I really got something to say about this, and I know some people ain't gonna like it.
Yeah.
So
that's what's happening. But yeah, we just want to make sure that y'all we have context. So when we talk about stopping the violence, we often do that hyper local.
And looking at us.
On us with violence. I wouldn't say violence and things. There's violence everywhere. It's violence.
Ooh, I see what you did. I can't wait till we come back. I can't wait till we come back. I can't wait till we come back. I'm pumped up now.
When we come back, we'll talk about it. Because I don't think we just talk about like our people. We talk about the police. We talk about
but I hear you though. I hear both of y'all.
No, so we not even. So we're finna take a break. We got some bills. We got a guest coming in.
Who coming in?
So yeah.
Oh. So let's trade chat.
It's gonna be amazing, y'all. 6-7 minutes after that.
Tag a friend, tell a friend. We'll be back. Bye.
In 30 minutes.
It's all about
in the city of St. Petersburg, every year, the Dr. MLK celebration is a premier celebration in the African American community, bringing commerce, bringing visitors, and having an important part in the city's cultural heritage. A lot of community members would come out and do commerce every year at the same time. And this would be a big economic boom for the community. The celebration would become a staple and an economic driver for the Southside community. The MLK celebration would become the biggest in the Southeast United States, at one point bringing visitors from all over the continental United States and abroad. The MLK celebration would be an economic driver like never before for the Southside community. It will help the community sustain and grow over the next decades to come.
Minneapolis after another U.S. citizen.
And when the sun goes down, the city of St. Petersburg Police Department has a long-standing policy of at sundown, the party and the festive celebrations would end. This goes back to the 1960s and 70s of being a sundown city. The businesses would not be allowed to take part in any economic development due to the sun going down. Badly needed economic development in the South Side would regularly be turned down just for the sun going down. Even on the corridors of 16th Street and 18th Avenue, you can see the same inundation of police officers blocking businesses from taking part in the economic development that comes from 100,000 guests visiting the South Side during the MLK celebration.
We need this energy chief.
South St. Petersburg is dependent on the economic development that MLK brings every year. Don't allow the sun to go down on MLK.
This is our last option. We're all down.
WBJM, St. Petersburg.
Minneapolis with St. Paul, you need to shut it all down with us, because if we do not shut it down right now, our city is next.
All that and more coming up. Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Good.
Library system.
Continuing in Minnesota after federal immigration agents fatally shot 37-year-old Alex Jeffrey Preddy in Minneapolis Saturday. He was an intensive care unit nurse in the Minneapolis Veterans Health Care System who was filming officers on his phone during a protest against President Trump's immigration crackdown in Minneapolis. This killing comes just weeks after ICE fatally shot Renee Good, a 37-year-old mother of 3 in Minneapolis. And after Friday's demonstrations, where over 50,000 people took to the streets of downtown Minneapolis protesting ICE, thousands of residents kept general economic strength. Federal agents claimed Preti was a violent gunman who threatened to massacre law enforcement. But video evidence and witness statements directly contradict their account. Video footage shows Preti being wrestled to the ground by several law enforcement officers before being shot
just here trying to spread the love,
times in less
the
than
herbs,
5
the vegetables, and the fruit.
The
Just trying to
video
educate
showed
everybody
Preti coming to
on
the
how
defense of the woman who was
life's supposed
shoved
to
to
be,
the
right? You should be
ground
able to go into your
by a
backyard or
federal
your front yard
officer.
and just get what
The
you need to
officer
eat
then
and get what you need
sprays
to make
Preti
tea
with a
to heal
chemical
yourself, to
agent
preserve yourself,
before
because
tackling him to the
when you really
street.
think about it,
6
God put
agents
everything on
surround
earth
Preti on the
for us
ground. At least
to
one
eat.
appears to fire at him
And the
at
food is a
close
medicine, right?
range.
So
They
we
then
shouldn't have to go to the
step
pharmacy
away
or go here or
from
go there
Preti's
to get
body,
well. When you go
and
to the
one
backyard
officer appears
and
to
get some
fire
ginger, get some
6
turmeric,
shots at
get some
Preti's
lemongrass, get
motionless
some
body.
mint, get some
Preti had
Rambo
no
dash,
criminal record and
get
had
some
a
cinnamon,
legal
and just
permit
put it in
to
the pot
carry a
and boil it.
firearm,
And now
which he never
you
took
feel
out.
good, right?
Preti's
So
parents released a
that's what we're here to do, man.
statement
Just spread
after
the
his
knowledge,
killing,
spread the love,
saying,
because at
quote,
the end of the day, health
"We
is
are
wealth. I've been
heartbroken,
guarded
but
now
also very angry.
probably in my
The
20s.
sickening lies
About
told about our
25,
son
I
by
really
the
got into it.
administration
I
are
met my friend Cephas,
reprehensible
and
and
he's been
disgusting.
educating me and just,
Alex is clearly not
encouraging me and,
holding a
giving me
gun
stuff.
when
He's like, hey,
attacked
take
by
this, take
Trump's
that. 'Cause
murdering
a lot
and
of times,
cowardly
if you don't know what
ICE
nothing is, you
brother.
don't cherish it.
He has
You know,
a
you'll
phone
walk
in his
past.
right
It's one thing that I
hand,
learned.
and his
We're
empty
walking
left
past
hand is
medicine every
raised
time we
above his
walk.
head.
This
We're
weed,
trying,
it's weeds,
while
it's
trying to
weeds.
protect the
It's
woman
medicine,
ICE
right?
just
The
pushed down,
dandelion, the
all while being
dandelion
pepper
flower is the
sprayed,
most
his parents wrote.
best thing for a heart disease,
The
right?
Department of
So if you take
Homeland
dandelion
Security
root,
has blocked
that
local
cures heart disease.
investigators from
People don't know
probing the
the
fatal
same
shootings
people
of
that
Renee
make
Good
the
and
Roundup to kill
Alex
the
Preti.
dandelion. They own
Protests erupted
the heart
in
medicine.
Minnesota
So
in the
picture that,
wake
right?
of Preti's
They
killing.
killing the root to
What
save the
you
heart
can
medicine,
see
and the
is
heart
that
medicine
the
is
community
in the
has
ground
been
right as you're
talking to
looking
each
at it.
other as real
But if you walk
people,
past it,
and
you're
these people have
educated
come
about it, you're
in
not gonna know.
and been hurting
Right?
us.
So that's why
They've
it's
been
important
attacking
to
us
educate yourself
when
and
we've been
know
doing
who these
nothing
plants are and
but
these
following the
herbs are.
law,
So that way you
peacefully
cultivate them
observing,
and put
and
them
then
in
they
your garden
decide
and
to
grow
gang
them.
up
Because at
and
the end
kill
of
one
the
of
day,
us.
like I said, I'm saying
NBC
health is
News
wealth.
is reporting President Trump
Why
is
we not
considering
trying to put our health
invoking the
first,
Insurrection
by
Act
putting the right things
to
in our
quell
body
protests
and
against
doing
ICE
the
in
best thing, not only
Minneapolis.
for us, but for our
Minnesota's
children
Democratic
and for the
Governor Tim
community
Walz has
and for
blamed
everybody around us to educate
untrained
them,
federal
it's
officers for the
infinite,
deaths
it's to,
of Renee Good
you
and
gotta spread
Alex
the love,
Preti.
right?
This
You gotta
is
spread the love
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob
because
Fry
in order
Saturday.
to start the
How many
motion for
more
receiving, you have to
Americans?
give, right? So that's the way the universe works, is you have to give to receive. And it's like a currency system that never runs out as long as your heart is full with giving, right? And we're educating and passing love. And at the end of the day, that's why we're here.
Good morning. And actually, let me say this. They say the engineer must not be on their job. Actually, it is. That was error on somebody, like the computer or something.
What you talking about, Willis?
Because they could hear the TV, the radio, and this. So yeah, sometimes
You need to hear it all.
No, you don't.
Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother, Jim.
This is Qiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmund.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See that?
Thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to redefine what's cool. Because smart is
The new
gangsta.
baby.
And if you don't know,
Now you know. I love
But
this.
I will tell you, thank you, because once y'all did say it, because once the videos pop up, then I can do something. So I appreciate it.
Say something, y'all.
Say something. We appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank y'all for the comments.
See, we getting it together. We ain't got it all together. We just like you. We getting it together,
You know
though.
what? I think us getting it together in real time is what has inspired a lot of people.
It do. It do.
We haven't waited for perfection in order to go.
Oh, no, we did.
We just go. And then people be like, oh, if they can do that, I can do this better.
Yeah.
I can do this for my bathroom. I can do this for my kitchen.
I think if you get inspired because you see.
I like that. I like that.
I love the inspiration that gives. So here we go.
Do it.
But I'm finna tell you, we make it look easy. Because I'm finna tell you, we make it look easy. This will be my 5th year.
Yeah.
Right here. As a matter of fact, this is my 5th year, right? Like,
Yeah. We got
basically. Right after, like, and
no,
it was,
the Super Bowl was in December then.
no, it was, the Super Bowl was never in December.
See, y'all can tell I ain't gonna be watching. Yeah.
No,
No.
it's actually
No.
yeah.
No. It was never.
Never. But no, this is like this is going on my 5th year, and actually probably next week I'll go back and look at it because
Okay, find out, because we might have to call somebody to sponsor us a party.
Right on.
campaign. Oh, sorry.
Bring our guests in. We want to just remind you that the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program.
Yeah.
The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own
Yes.
and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carafesta Radio, 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. So yeah, we say what we want to say. And don't hold it. Yeah. Yes.
Pull your mic up too, so when you say it, because when you said love it, we ain't really hear it, and I just want to make sure that.
Come on in the room.
Say something.
Say something.
Okay, I say something.
Introduce yourself to the people for those who don't know you.
For those who don't know me, my name is Perry, the co-founder of the Real Youth Alliance.
30 years. That's tough.
30 years. That's what I'm talking about.
I know.
Yeah, I got a 30-year-old daughter. She's turning 30.
The only thing I was doing 30 years
So that's
ago.
96. Yeah, that's 96.
No,
Yeah.
and let me
Good
tell you,
stuff.
if you
That's
ever,
good
like, if you're
stuff.
looking for somebody who really, because we're not here about hair, but since you said it, if you're looking for somebody who really cares about hair care, Consuela is one of the people. It's a few people that can touch my head.
Okay.
Right? It's a few people, and if y'all know, I don't get my hair done often, but there are a few people, and I got like 3 stylists, and all of them is like hair care
That care for your hair.
and Consuela is definitely one. I had Swella come to Atlanta when they first went in the group, and when I say her and her team came in, like from hair care, the product, like the whole 9 yards. So if you're looking for professionalism and then don't crack under pressure,
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I done seen them at work.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah,
beauty.
'cause you got people that do crack under pressure.
Yeah, I done seen you do your thing.
and creative. She's
Yeah.
very creative, and that leads you into where her husband is at right now with the
Real Youth Alliance.
Yes,
Real Youth Alliance.
because her creativity and her love for her community and the children does not only. You're the president, right? Or former?
No, I am the treasurer.
Okay.
You know about that money.
Yeah.
Cali,
Hello,
right?
somebody.
Oh, I'm the president of Cali. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, I ain't know that.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I like to keep everything.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so that's what I was going to go.
She ain't run the bio. Yeah.
That's
So
dope,
she's
though.
the president of Cali. So this is not somebody who's just pop up and say, "Hey, I want." No, this is somebody who's invested and been about the community, been about the kids, and really sowing seeds of positivity.
Right on.
Right,
Nice.
and now we're here for the 3rd year of the Real Youth Alliance.
Yeah.
Right, and so when they started this vision, and I'll let you go ahead and talk about it. Go ahead, because I can.
So I will tell you guys our mission and what the Real Youth Alliance stands for. It means recognize, educate, acknowledge, and love our youth.
Real.
And I will say I am the mother of the Real Youth Alliance, but the father is Alan Perry.
Yeah.
My husband used to always say, "Baby, pull back. You do so much." He's like, we need to really, really make this broader than just you sitting on the phone. You're supposed to be home chilling with me, but you on the phone 2 and 3 hours.
Yeah.
Giving back or whatever. And as Qiana said, I love giving back. I love supporting. I love helping, encouraging, motivate. Whatever I can do this with an effective change.
Yeah.
Sign me up. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
I love doing that. My husband was just like, you know what? Let's take this further. Because as the things he was involved in, he wanted to see what change needed to be done. And one of the things he said, for getting about 20-something years, finally getting it about finance, what if he would have had the structure and the information when he was younger?
Yeah, that's right.
What roads he would have
That's
went
right.
down,
That's right.
And that's what he believed in. He said, we take and we give so much to organizations like homeless, women, men, organizations. He was like, what youth organization do we have to really get the kids on the right track to be great leaders?
That's right.
Back to giving them, you could be a police officer, you could be a judge, you can be a doctor, get
we
those
need that.
and we
Yeah.
need that.
Yes.
But we have to have the foundation poured into. And one of the things we need is understanding economics.
Yeah. And
Financial
I saw a post that said, instead of giving your children all that you never got, won't you teach them all the stuff that you didn't learn?
But that's hard to do.
Yeah. No, but that's real though. Look, real. No pun intended.
And if you don't know it,
sure,
you surround yourself with it. That's the best thing too. If you don't know it, don't eliminate or disregard the people who are doing it.
Yeah.
Rally with them and see what you can do to support it. And you might sit in the room and learn something.
Absolutely. And we're going to be in the room. We absolutely going to be
we're going to be in the building, baby.
Because it's the third annual
annual
Economic Youth Convention.
And let me tell you how powerful y'all are, right? And y'all don't even know because it's coming up in different rooms that you're not expecting. We were at a meeting.
Yeah.
Right. And they're talking. And they was like, somebody needs to come because they was like, I'm going to a youth conference, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm going to go. No, you're not. You ain't going.
And this is why I say no, right?
You're not going.
Because we're committed. No, because we got a busy day on the 31st, right? And I knew we were committed there because we're going to be there. And then when they say we're going to the real youth,
yeah, because she was like, I'm going to this, and she was like, we're going to this youth conference, and it's going to be amazing.
I need these three y'all to be there with me.
And we were like, I don't know, because we got a lot of other stuff going on. And then I'm like, wait a minute, is this the?
But John did.
We got to connect this because you're selling it.
Yeah, she sold it.
Shout out to Miss Lolita from TDC. Yeah.
She's the vendor there.
She put it down.
With the Real Youth Alliance, it doesn't just stop at this conference because this is a year-long program.
Year-long program.
Okay.
We also do workshops in between. So this is how it's supposed to go. Which sometimes, as you said, that you can't just wait for things to happen. You got to make it happen. You got to get in motion and just go.
That's right.
And that's what we did because what it was supposed to be the workshops leading up to the conference.
Okay.
Because the conference is supposed to have the people who's been a part of the workshops. This is supposed to be their banquet.
Okay, gotcha.
This is what it really is supposed to be. It's supposed to be their banquet because it's catered. Everything is free for the youth. It's free for the community. Even the vendors.
Okay.
Do not have to pay to
Wow.
come.
Wow.
Our goal is having more youth vendors.
Let me get this QR code up there because you say it's free, but I know somebody paying for something. So
it's for them to come out.
Yes,
But,
I hear
and
that,
we
though.
know that in order to do anything, you have to pay for it. You
That's
know what
right.
I'm saying? Monetary things have to get.
Have to.
But the convention was mainly for it to be like a banquet style. So it's decorated. We decorate for them.
Yeah.
They receive food, drinks, information, and I'm gonna even show y'all. I created these books.
Okay. Right on.
Nah. Y'all, listen, I ain't go to school for finance. I just been a part of finance.
That's right. That's right.
But I created a book. They look financial guides. You know what I'm saying? It basically just give them incentives, information that's going to help them.
5 components of financial literacy.
Yeah, like literally. Now
moving out on your own, paying for college.
How to purchase a car.
It's everything all the way down to show you. And this is my first book, man.
Yeah.
Talk about credit, everything.
Oh, that's nice.
And a little saving challenge.
Okay.
Yes.
As
we know, even though no matter what, whether people pay for it or not, it's gonna get paid for.
Of course. That's how we do it.
Sacrifice.
Come on.
This is what upgrade look like.
Nice.
Oh, that's
nice.
Like.
That's how it came.
That's how I started.
And this is how it's going. This is how it's going.
I love that.
This is how it's going. All the way down to show you guys.
Yeah.
I kept some of the stuff that we started with.
Yeah.
But also giving them activities that they can, dry erase, and they're gonna have the answer keys in the back. They got little answer keys in the back.
Whole course.
Whole course is there. Even though I know people say we ain't writing checks no more, but how you gonna understand what a check you receive?
Oh no, that's because you ain't a check, right?
Right?
See, there's people who still write checks.
Some people ain't never write a check.
Right.
We don't write checks.
Some people don't even know how to write a check.
Yeah, you used to getting checks.
Yeah.
And that's good.
We talk about writing a check.
Getting a check is one thing, but when you writing checks, that's a whole nother level.
We need to go. You got the right people.
Literally, we have to. But
with
this book, this is something that I express to the kids. I want them to hold on tight to this.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And if you want to contribute, because it is a nonprofit organization, you can actually donate. You can contribute because I mean, just the cost of printing them books, I know it's real, right? And so you can do Cash App, $, the Real Youth Alliance. Make sure that y'all support, man. Like tangible means of support.
Yes,
like good well wishes and And you doing stipends too?
Yeah, each child receive a stipend because we don't want to tell them what we need them to do. We want to show them what to do.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
we have 2 banks that come out. GTE partner with. They've been with us from the beginning.
Okay.
So this is the year that they finally partner with us.
Okay.
So GTE partner with us, and then we have Florida Central. Bank, they'll be out too. So
nice.
This is big,
and they help them open up their
open a bank account.
Yeah.
Listen, this is big. The 3rd annual Economic Youth Convention.
Yeah.
This is so important for our community at the Enoch Davis Center. It's so important because, like, you know, we're doing the Black Money Movement. We're doing a lot of things around economics, but this actually intentionally incorporates the youth.
Yeah.
From 11 to 17, right? A very, very special time in life. That's when we developing who we is. Right. Once between 11 and 17, you probably who you is by right then.
And that's when you start you wanting a couple dollars because now things really matter. So like you know, okay, I need to pay this. I need to you need that.
And you want them to do it
speaking of couple dollars
and making sure that they're making proper legal direction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you want money, you want it. And when you want it and you want to go get it, you're going to do anything necessary to do it, right?
When you start hearing no, you start finding
a way.
That'll tell you yes.
And you got to be creative. And when and this is the age that you pour into, so my theory, elementary school, you have a lot of, you kind of dictate everything they do, right? Middle school, they're open up to 6 different classes. This is when they start. And then all these different.
Now you got a schedule,
And then you have all these different personalities because, like in elementary, you only had your friends. Boom, boom, boom. Middle school, you start get your friends, and other people come from other elementary schools that come in there. And then now you're exploring, deciding what kind of student you are. Middle school decides what type of student you're going to, not always, because we don't.
No, we never do that.
But I just say that because somebody's going to be like, nah. And so,
because I was a late bloomer. See, I was a late bloomer.
But no, middle school is when you learn, like, if you're going to be
so much,
right, if you're going to be a follower and all this other stuff. And then high school, now you just kind of follow that trend and let somebody pull you through that. So this is a good age.
It's perfect
right now to kind of grab them because, again, you want to have that money. And so are you going to hustle legitly? Right. Are you going to be on the streets hustling? Because once you have that hustle in you, is how are you going to fuel it, and what are you going to do with it?
And they're exposed to more than we were when we were young.
Oh my God!
I mean, way more. So you know, when they see things that spark their attention and make them feel like they can do this and they can do that, because some of the stuff they see is not real a lot of the time, and they don't know that yet. You know, it's like, you know, what can the community do as a whole? I can't stand when people say, "Oh, I ain't been taught that at home. Nobody taught me that."
Yeah,
nobody taught me it either.
That's right.
So what did you inspire to want? What do you want for yourself? You know what I'm saying?
I say like this: we're in an information age. Like anything you want to know, you can know. Like we don't have to. I remember we used to debate in the barbershop, and you had to go find a newspaper, had to go to a library. Like you had to go get find an encyclopedia. Now you just ask Siri, or you just pull out your phone and you can AI right away. You can know right away. So there's no excuse for not knowing.
But you know what it is? What they happen is, even back then when you had to do the newspaper, do the encyclopedia, if it's something that interested you, you go and you go find out. Like when the Jordans drop, you find out where the store, where it's gonna be at, and then the thing is, ain't nobody taught me that. And ain't nobody taught anybody how to SEX, but they figured that out.
I mean, that's kind of nature, though.
No. Listen, I see what you're trying to do. And I go for that. You ain't have to figure it out.
You didn't have to figure. Ain't nobody tell. No, but you figured it out. You got it done. You got it.
And whether you was the best at it or not.
But top and bottom line, though, we get it done when we want it. So
that's right. Self-determination. That's what Mika put in the chat. Self-determination. Amen.
That's what all we've been about. That's what we about. And that's why I love this, because it's perfect timing. It's like literally like right in time. And we want to get as many. How do we get the insurance signed up? How do people get their insurance signed up?
You can go to www.therealyouthAlliance.org.
Okay.
And that's where they register. Now I will say this. Y'all know I'm a go-getter, so I went and got the kids already.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
That's right.
we had the kids. However,
They stacked
only
the
thing
deck,
I
yeah.
will say is I don't want nobody to not sign their children up, because even though if they
Yes.
cannot attend this one,
Okay.
because
If it's
our
full,
goal, our goal is 50 kids. That's our goal.
Okay.
But I always go over like 10 just in case. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? However,
Yeah.
but we don't want to have it so large. This is not about a
Yeah.
Turnout. Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
about a turnout.
Yes.
This is, we want it to be effectively.
Because when you're talking
Now
about
that-
education and you teaching something like it's proven that smaller class sizes are more effective, and so you want to make sure that you have their attention, the captive audience. They're not
Exactly.
distracted by all the other stuff that's
Exactly.
going on.
So we
Yeah.
still want them to sign up, and when
Yeah.
they sign up, and we can't, have them there,
Yeah.
we are communicating.
Okay.
So when they
okay.
register, it comes to us, so we see the information.
Okay.
To believe it or not, I have like 3 kids that we reached out to thinking it was parents. The children signed themselves up.
Oh, I love
I have
it.
3.
I love it.
And you know
They
what?
signed
Somebody
themselves
just
up.
said.
Talking about if you want it, you go get it.
They say, who taught them how to post reels? They figured that out. Like, they figured it out.
Yes, that's real.
They do. They do.
No pun intended.
No,
That's real.
that's real. And so it's the 3rd annual Economic Youth Convention, fun financial games, food, guest speakers, financial literacy for youth. That's this Saturday. Now, because we were saying Saturday, y'all know you think you got time. This Saturday. This Saturday for the people who talk like me. This Saturday from 3 to 5 at the Enoch Davis Center, and you can register online at therealyouthalliance.org. Maybe full, but if it is, you'll get information. Making sure
That's
that you
it,
get that.
because this is not going to end. This is not going to end.
And just thinking about the experience. So when they walk in, what kind of what you walk in and experience when you show up?
When you walk in, it is changed this year. We have pivoted a little bit, because you want to take information from the people that's supporting you, and their ideas. You
get the feedback,
right?
And
so for the first 2 years, we were all in the auditorium, and that's where everybody was. All the information, everything was done right in the auditorium.
Okay.
And the worst thing, us as I hate the CP time that people say, you want people to show up on time, have your stuff set up, but you got people come and set up. But what we did is for the kids' attention, we kind of separated the information. So we got 3 major guest speakers.
Okay.
That's going to, educate the kids in the area they're educating them in. So you're going to start with the breakout with the information.
Okay.
They'll go into the classrooms and they'll rotate in their time. And another thing we did is we grouped them in their age group. Because even though 11 to 17, that's their age, right? 17-year-old don't want to sit with no 11-year-old. Let's be honest, right?
Little brother.
So we had some kids the first year left because they told their mama, they had a bunch of babies down. I don't want to be around a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
So you hear that kind of stuff. So when we group them in their age group, they're not gonna know until they go into the auditorium, because we still want them to be amongst each other.
Right.
Right.
They'll go into the auditorium we want them to get there at 2:45, because we want to start on time.
Right on.
At 3:00. That's the time we want to start, because we are going to keep the time where it's not, too long, but long enough to be, effective, making sure things happen. Once they leave out of the classroom, they'll go into where the vendors will be at in the auditorium, where they'll eat, and we'll finish out with the vendors expressing, their background, whatever they have in their genre. We have PTC, who's going to be there. We also have Bowley. I don't know if a lot of people know about Bowley.
Yeah, I know about Bowley.
Summer jobs and programs for housing or whatever.
We also have Dorothy Edwards. She signed up finally. Thank you, Dorothy.
Dorothy.
She does tutoring, So we have a lot of young youth. This is the first time. We had like 1 or 2 in the beginning, but this is the time where we have just as many youth as support, because we want the support system. We don't want any kind of vendors. We want vendors
support.
that want to be,
it's targeted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because a part of our organization too is the bridge of the gap.
Yeah.
We know a lot of support systems, but they don't know where the children at.
Yeah.
We know a lot of children that don't know what a support system
That's right.
is.
That's
Who's
right.
in the middle connecting the dots?
See that? That's what that CDAT model is. That was exactly why we started CDAT. We used to go to those meetings, and we always used to say, man, it's like all of these resources in this space, but people who need them don't know about them. Yeah, and it's like, how can we get in that space and close that gap? And that's what like really started this whole new image project, because it's that same mindset. Like, I mean,
same thought process.
We going to all these meetings, and you know, when
nobody know what's
you know
going
when you
on.
first start organizing, you at every meeting,
you at
everything, and I'm at all the spots, and I'm like, go back to the block, and they say, hey man, I'm trying to get some help with. It's like they got help over here, but you don't know that the help is available. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that is another space that I think we overlook. People say, "Oh, well, we're resource rich," but who knows about
who knows about your resources?
Yeah, and who's standing in that gap to help? Yeah,
none.
Because you have some organizations that never know how to get children.
That's true.
So that's
they know how to get money, but they don't know how to get
the target audience.
And oftentimes, and I'm glad we're touching on this.
Yes.
Oftentimes, the resource goes to the people with the most powerful pen.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the people who can actually do the job, or not saying they can't do the job, but a lot of times their connections link them outside of the ability to do the job.
You know what happens is there's people who are behind the scenes who's good at paperwork, like you said, and then there's doers. And the doers get out there and start to do. And usually when you're doing, you don't have time. To do this other half, and
all that grant writing and all of that stuff. You just go out there because you like. I mean, I had to learn to accept grants.
Yeah.
Because my orientation is the Nation of Islam, and when we used to raise charity, we don't take grants from the government. We don't get no support from, because you want to maintain your independence, and you want to make sure that, because a lot of that stuff come with strings and come with terms and conditions. But then I started realizing that you can start to write. You don't have to write for everything. You don't have to apply for everything. But where there is alignment, there's resources sometimes. And then we also found that, like what Mr. Edwin was saying, it was people who had the resources, but they just didn't know how to deliver the services. So they can get the money, and then they'll come to us and say, hey, can y'all help us, help us do the thing? They want us to volunteer. You got a job to do it, but you don't know how to do the job.
And they want us to volunteer to do
it. This is what they said. They say, I wonder if Snacks will donate to her cause, because Snacks is cutting checks now.
Okay, well there you have it. How much is the books? Let's see if we can get them to buy all the books for the youth. Like, that's what it is, man.
You want me to throw the number out there?
Throw the
$1,600.
That's what we need, y'all.
$1,600 check.
Come on, man. Stop playing with us, because they got
by Saturday.
Yeah. By this Saturday.
By this Saturday.
And that's a reasonable contribution.
We're gonna put a date on it.
Yeah.
And I will tell you something that we definitely wanted to do too. I don't know if you all are aware, if you guys know, one of our major supporters from the beginning, which was our VP, was Dr. Lamont Allen.
Okay. I think I see
he recently passed
away. I know I saw
in October.
He
was a major key component of this organization. It's Alan's cousin, Sally's cousin.
Yeah.
But believed in him from the time he came home.
Right.
And we were in process in October before he died. We had a meeting where we did our, giving back to our volunteers, just appreciation.
That's right.
He died 9 days after that. And we were working on our scholarship, because one of the things we want to do in our organization is get a kid scholarship, because all our children is not going to go to college.
Yeah, that's right.
And we want them to have another avenue, which is, trade school.
Yeah.
But also, too, we want you to know, even if you don't, like myself, can be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And you need resources and funding to help you support that. So if a child tells us they want to start their business, or they already have a business idea, what can we do to help them? And what's going to be the first thing they're going to need?
Money.
A couple dollars.
They're going to need some money, right?
Right. They're going to need some resources.
We have agreed that we are naming our scholarship the Real Youth Alliance Dr. Lamont Allen Scholarship.
Amen. I love that. And that's when we talk about building community, we have to be building institutions.
Absolutely.
Because we build a program, and then after we go on, the program leave too. But how do we institutionalize these things so that they outlive us? That's the real goal. Is how we going to really change and have an impact is really putting the systems in place, putting the structure in place, so that it doesn't depend on you, and you can actually step away and run it, man. So y'all make sure that y'all bring them out. It's this Saturday from 3 to 5. at the Enoch Davis Center, and I'm telling you, man, it's just amazing.
Don't bring them out. Register.
Register.
Absolutely.
Don't pull up.
Yeah, don't. We're not.
No walk in.
The only people who can roll up is anybody who want to roll up with a check.
Yeah, you roll up and donate, right?
You want to donate? You can do that because we'll have somebody in place for you to assist you.
Yeah, but register your children because this one is packed right
Yeah.
now, but they still want you to register because again, this is a year-long program, so they do offer other activities throughout. This is just the big shebang. So that doesn't mean that your kids cannot participate, but just not this one. So I don't want no child to show up and then they don't have a book because again, this is tailored for the children that is there, and so they print out for the people that they're going to have. It is a catered lunch and everything like that, and this is already prepaid for.
And they get shirts.
And they get
Yeah,
shirts.
they get the swag up out of there.
Yeah,
so do this. So yeah, but they are looking.
Yeah,
they are looking for financial help.
Yeah, come on, man.
And so I mean, you don't have to be a big business. You could be a small business. You could be your own personal. And you may believe in the cause, right?
That's it.
And so go ahead. I think we put the Cash App out there already.
Yep.
And
they can
donate.
follow us on Facebook. We're on Facebook as well.
Okay.
And we do $2 Tuesdays.
Oh, there you go.
Every day. I mean, I got 5,000 people on my page.
That's right.
I gotta get $2 for 5,000 people.
Come on, man.
You know what that'll do?
Yeah.
But if you get 50 cents, it's gonna be appreciated.
No, but that's so true.
Right.
Because we have to learn to support each other and then monetize our on social media friendships. Right,
Yep.
you're right. If you can get $2 every Tuesday from one of your friends, and one of your friends can get $2 from you one of them Tuesdays, look how we can use our economics to help each other. Send it straight to my Cash App.
It's the 360.
No middleman. Don't send it to GoFundMe. Send it to my Cash App. I need $2 next Tuesday. I need to give you $2 this Tuesday, and you give me $2 next Tuesday, and we're gonna start this cycle. What they call it, a susu.
If you think about it, it's a 360 because where do it lead out? If all four of us had the same mindset and Brother John give you, then you turn around and give me, I give Qiana.
Yeah.
Qiana turn right around and give back to John.
Yeah,
where do it leave out?
Let's do that.
It's never leaving out.
That's
You get what I'm saying? Everybody needs get met.
I'm
in
loving
the
that.
circle, which is the 360.
And they said with our dollars, they only do that for 6 hours.
Yep. So if we can do it for a week,
yeah. Because other communities, their dollar circulates like that.
Yeah,
they said our dollar come in 6 hours later,
And
it's
it's gone.
It's gone
It's
to a
gone.
different community.
And it has no value to
Yeah.
anybody that's outside.
yeah,
of that
it's
circle.
squandered. It's going
Miss
out. Yeah.
Teresa says, I don't have 1,600, but donations are easy to be made at the Real Youth Alliance website.
Okay, and if I know
That's
Miss
real.
Teresa, she's speaking from experience. She probably, if it ring and it give you a notification, you're gonna get a notification because Miss
Thank you,
Teresa,
Miss
about it for
Teresa.
real. She really does.
And I
Thank you
love
so much.
And I love the support that Miss Teresa giving. People like Miss Teresa, right?
Yeah.
Because really, this is a community thing. A lot of this work come from us out of our pockets. We don't get the grants.
Yeah.
Or if we get the grants, it's limited resources, and we stretching it to do more than the grant actually said do.
Yeah, exchange in abundance. That's how we do.
And you know what? Support is not always you being the monitor person. doing it. It also can be somebody you know
That's
who
right.
can.
That's right.
That might not hear this information.
Right.
So
right.
you're doing the same thing. It's just now you're using your abilities to
That's
do
right.
something that you financially can't do, but the information that you share
Can
can
give you-
do
yeah.
it.
So,
Yeah.
so like if y'all want to contribute right now, you can go to the Facebook page and give some stars. Send them stars over. Any stars that we get today during the broadcast, we're going to give them to the Real Youth Alliance. And so if y'all want to send some stars, do that right now. Hit that little button at the bottom and send it to us. And know that that's the contribution that we're going to be making as well to the Real Youth Alliance, because this is some amazing work. Again, ages 11 to 17, that is that pivotal age when you start talking about economics, you're talking about youth empowerment. And I love that idea because I remember I was talking to some youth, and the way that I talk to them, I just basically tell them, I wish I would have known this. I wish somebody would have told me this. And so I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my 11-year-old self.
There it
I'm
is.
talking to my 16-year-old
And you
self.
know, when we presented this to certain people, you know what we were told? Oh, y'all wasting y'all time.
Mhm.
You know, kids ain't interested in that. They don't understand that parents ain't at home.
Oh, that's what they
doing
were
all-
saying?
Yeah, we got that a lot. And
Yeah.
you know, if y'all know Dallas, y'all know how he is. But
You the problem. See, that's what's wrong with the kids. It's you.
and the thing of it is, he came into my life, You know what I'm saying? That's what I was about. I was about saving.
Yeah.
I was about being on top of my business, you
Right.
know, credit,
Thanks,
everything
Dan.
at a young age. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I came from a background of being homeless 3 different times, going up without water and lights, you know, different things that I went through. I took my shortcomings and made them my long comings.
That's right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
I didn't allow it to affect me to be bitter. I wanted to make me better.
That's right.
And a lot of times we use those excuses about what we can't do.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
because we upset with, and
Yeah.
our focus is strictly on that.
Right.
I ain't had time for that.
I know
you
that's
know,
right.
and then I told him, I said, "But we don't argue with people saying we can't do. We just gonna make it happen."
Yeah, just go
as,
make it
as
happen.
he told me when he signed me up for school, be the example you want to see. Because I
Yeah.
was like, ain't nobody successful doing how I need to be in a successful industry.
Yeah.
So I can make sure take care of my family. He said, be the example you want to see, and that's what we want to do.
I
We want
love
to be
that.
the example we want to see.
I love it. I love it.
That's
Again,
my
so the
standard.
Real Youth Alliance,
Every
the Real
industry.
Youth Alliance, we have the link in here for you to donate. You can contribute. You gonna hang out with us a little
I'm
bit?
hang
You gonna hang out?
I'm
We
hanging
got to
out.
ask Qiana, and I think it's actually in line with what we've been talking about.
We gonna ask it right now.
Yeah.
We got
Might as
we
well.
got 20 minutes.
Okay.
But okay, do we want to talk about the Minnesota before we hop
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that?
yeah. Mr.
Because-
Edmonds said he had something on that.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Edmonds,
Oh
what's
yeah,
your-
I was very hot about that.
yeah.
So no, Minnesota. A lot of things that's going on with the ICE. There's been a stepped up ICE enforcement. They've been hiring new people. So of course, you know, when you got more boots on the ground,
Mhm.
you're gonna have more incidents. And Minnesota seems like it's been the what they call it, the epicenter
Yeah.
of this type of stuff.
Yeah.
2 people have been killed. They expired, right?
Yeah.
Due to these protests. And it's causing a real big uproar, right? People talking, and I'm just gonna say it. This is the hard part. I'm gonna say the hard part out loud first.
Okay.
Right? It's because they were white people.
Okay.
It's not that ICE hasn't done this or law enforcement hasn't done this or do this daily.
Right.
Right? They have kids in handcuffs. I'm from a city that had kids handcuffed. I left Fairmont Park Elementary.
Yeah.
So, but then you have this young biracial or triracial or whatever race child, and now it's the new it thing. And like a lot of activists, a lot of black people, like, okay, we sitting down having a Snickers because this is what we've been living. We all witnessing what struggle we've been going through.
Yeah.
And one of my Facebook friends, they posted on this and they were saying how, black people being silent, a lot of the protests or protesting activist people being silent around ICE. And I think, Brother John, you posted the thing, say, what would you do if ICE came up on you?
That wasn't me.
You did post
Oh,
something
the
like
question.
that.
Oh, yeah.
How
Yeah, how you handle it? Okay, yeah. No, it wasn't exactly that way. Yeah.
Don't worry, that's how I seen it. See? So long story short,
Paraphrasing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Paraphrase threw me off, but you're right.
Long story short,
you're a black man in America, and ICE pull up on you. What you doing? How you handling it?
And I said I might give him a foot chase. I ain't giving no papers. I ain't got no papers, and I mean it. I meant that to my soul. And one of my Facebook friends said, "Oh, that's dangerous. You can get killed." I said, "Well, welcome to America, baby. This is how I walk out the door.
Yeah,
I walk out the door about to be killed by these turkeys, man. This ain't nothing new. I got to worry about my son. I got to worry about my nephews. Right when they pull me over, I got to make sure I'm talking right so I don't do it no more though. I be just
the scary part of this is that with ICE, they're completely covered outside.
Yeah.
So you don't know
with the mask.
With the mask.
That's how they come though when I see them.
Yeah, but so when you look at regular police when they come, you can identify who. When we was at MLK, you can identify the person.
Yeah.
Who was bothering you?
You can see a face.
You can see a face.
Yeah.
We know undercover that you can't see faces and all that, but there's usually not masked police officers or people walking around the street that you can't identify who does something to you.
It depends on their level of law enforcement. I'm going to just be honest. Like when you're dealing with higher levels of law enforcement, they're coming masked up. They're not coming playing. I'm telling you, I'm just telling you from experience. I ain't telling you something.
Here's where we are. Here's where we are. What's happening is this. What's coming up for me in this conversation is, again, some of the historic silence, because we talk about how they saying we quiet when ICE is doing this stuff, but people was quiet when we was getting murdered and we was talking about what was happening to us. Everybody was hush hush, but now you see this outrage around like all kind of things. They mad about Second Amendment. They mad about policing in the streets. I shared it this morning. and they were saying it was like a Saturday Night Live skit, and they was like, "This don't happen in America," and then the black people was like, because we live it, like we've lived this police terror. And the other thing is this: when you got officers that's being trained in other countries, right, to view the citizens as enemies. Don't be surprised when they come back and they treat the citizens like enemies. So this whole protect and serve, like they're not here to do that. They're training for war, and they're seeing the citizens as the ops and as the enemy. And now you starting to see them really treat people like that.
And I think like they're casualties. Like, you know what I mean? They're trained to shoot. That's what their training is, to kill and to agitate situations. And back to what I was saying is now you have people mass out in the middle of the day that can come out there and do something, and now you can't even point out to the person who did it to you.
And they jumping out. Like I saw a video, somebody shared a video with them jumping out. Like it was a brother, he's standing there recording. They pull up on him and just jump out and start asking for ID. So you got to really be careful out here and pay attention, man.
Because again, what I think of is like the KKK.
Yeah.
You know, with the cover up of your face. And I see that like, yeah, they cover up. But like if they're kicking in the house and this is now they covering up their face, but just walking down the streets and pulling people over, their faces are not covered.
Yeah.
I've never had a cop pull on me over with their face covered.
Never.
And then you think about the hypocrisy of it, right? So they saying that they go into war and they finna fight in Iran because of how they're treating protesters. But then you come back here
and then treat protesters
the same way that you saying that they treating people over in Iran. So again, y'all make sure that you staying vigilant, staying mindful. Definitely as a black man in America, know that you can't do what white people do. So if you do talk about going out there to a protest, don't carry no gun with you, because they, you know how they, you know, we gonna go and protest and we got our guns too.
But they ain't just doing it to men either, though, right?
No. The first one was a woman that got shot.
Let me tell you, when you look at it, because you could say what you want. This is a black and brown separation, right? You're trying to get people out, and the countries that they are like deporting to, it's not Europe. They're not doing that. They getting all of the black and brown countries,
right, and
trying to get them out, and that is their target. And so, if you are white, you are now a traitor.
Yeah,
you're on the other side.
So we growed up hearing about the Civil War, and we never really know what it looked like, and that's what's coming up for me too. Just looking like the country is fighting against itself right now.
Yeah,
because you have more and more people that are standing against the ICE agents, which is representative of law enforcement, and now people are saying it's too much. It's not, that they're not going to take it. And so again, y'all keep your eyes open. It's been crazy. But yeah, enough on that.
Okay.
It was a sad story I saw too, y'all, and I hate to do it, but I wanted to talk about it. There was a 17-year-old that was killed by a train walking to school. I don't know. Did you see that?
Yeah, we in Tampa.
Yeah, in Tampa.
Polk County or something like that.
Black families grieving after a 17-year-old Jamar Bond, a student at Brandon High School, was struck by a CSX freight train while walking to school earlier this month. And they basically was saying that he was walking on the train tracks and had on headphones and didn't hear the train. And so again, be mindful of your children. We don't got to get into all of that, but just, if you got them headphones on and you in certain areas, you want to make sure that you got the be aware mode.
Period. Tell them, even when they're walking to school, you probably shouldn't wear them headphones while you at least have one off.
Yeah.
Because not only like this happened, but somebody could walk behind you. You don't hear them.
Yeah.
You could get snatched up that way. A car could be coming. There's so many things that can happen. So you really need to.
No, you're right. I got hit on the car. I'm thinking about it now. I got hit by a car because I had on headphones.
Because you don't.
And your senses not tuned in because they're distracted by whatever's in your ears.
I blew through a stop sign, ride my bike right there on 44th and like 17th with headphones on. So yeah, pay attention, know your surroundings. Let's do Ask Qiana.
Go ahead.
All right, Ask Qiana is brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op, ocgc.coop. Again, we're on our way to creating the future that we want to see. Having our own grocery store. Stop waiting for Superman. We know these people not feeding us food for real, so we're going to do it for ourselves. If you'd like to be a part of the movement, go to ocgc.coop. All right, Ask Qiana. Dear Qiana, I'm a small business owner doing everything I can to keep my doors open. Between inflation, overhead, and just trying to stay afloat, every dollar counts. But it seems like every day someone's asking me for a discount, trying to negotiate my prices, or acting like I'm charging too much, even though I'm not. It's draining. I'm starting to feel disrespected and underappreciated for the value I bring. My question is, how do you stand firm on your worth without feeling like you're pushing people away? And how do you keep going when your own community keeps asking for a hookup, but very rarely offers full support?
You really gotta say no, right? you gotta say no. And it's sad that you have to explain this. Like, if you really believe in me, then why would you ask me for a discount? And I'm big on, if I'm gonna pay for something, I'm gonna pay for the people who look out for me. If you look out for me and you did a service, I'm not going to go somewhere else and pay somebody else to do it. That is a slap in the face to the person who let me sit in their chair, let me do something, and gave me services for free or a discount. And now that I have the money, I'm going to go across the street to somebody who wouldn't even give me a second look.
Yep.
That is crazy to me, but we do really have to change our mindset. But I will tell you, you train your customers.
Okay.
You do. And how you want to be treated from the beginning. If you start out thinking that you're going to give breaks and discounts, they're always going to think that if you start out and you're firm with your prices, they're going to know, oh, I'm not going to go there and ask it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my suggestion.
But I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Now, y'all in my neck of the woods. First, I would like to tell the person who wrote you that question, continue to stand your ground with consistency and value of what your worth is.
Yes.
Know your worth. Scale your business. And one part of scaling your business is know your target audience. So we have to be mindful who we are attracting in our business. Because let's think about Walmart. As Walmart seems like they have it at the low budget, inexpensive, right?
Yeah.
That's how they put it out here for us, right?
Yeah.
But you can go on Walmart and have a plan for spending $20.
Oh, yeah.
But when you come out of Walmart, you spending $100. Walmart don't care about you knowing if they got discount sales or whatever. It don't matter. You're not going to ask Walmart for a discount. You're not going to ask Walmart for a sale. And I'm using Walmart on the lower scale.
Yeah.
Not speaking of the malls.
Oh, yeah.
Saks Fifth Avenue.
You're not negotiating.
You're not doing that with any of those people.
Yeah.
But you can know the person in your community is offering a service, and you expect them to give you the lower end of the cost, but you want the higher end of the quality.
Hello, somebody. Wow.
Yeah,
and that's true. It's like, what is it going to take for us to really understand economics? And I think that's why it's so important what you're doing now, teaching them early, so that they understand value, they understand economics, and the price is the price. And if I'm paying your price, not only when you support a local business owner, that might be paying for dance lessons. That might be paying for. Tell
you another thing as a consumer.
Yeah.
When you're doing it, how are you running your business? So, like, are you consistent? Like, if your hours are 9 to 5, are you opening up from 9 to 5?
And that's what I said. We have to look at ourselves with everything.
Because if you say you open up for 9 to 5 and you don't show that to 11, then
come on now, let's be honest.
I'm not taking you serious. Like, if I show up to you,
so if you treat it like a hustle, then they're gonna try and hustle
and that's
you.
The thing. And this is the thing we have to know too, that business owners, you cannot expect consumers to understand what business mean, because they are consumers.
Right.
And when you are a business owner, you have to understand your order of business, knowing how to understand what a consumer is. You know something I get to people and they say, oh, you too much. I said, okay.
Yeah. That's what you said. I wrote it down. Target audience. Because if it's too much, that means it's too much for you.
For you, but that means somebody ain't paying for it. And I mean,
right.
again, I have not worked for someone since 1997.
Yeah.
When I left the corporate world, which I was in the medical field,
I
have not had to go work. Do a part-time job, any of that. You know what I'm saying? Since 1997, and I'm still pretty consistent. We're in what, 2026?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and what I tell certain people is like, when you're on your job, if you getting paid $3,000, $4,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
You got 5,000 people employed.
Okay.
You know how much some people making off of you?
Right. That's right.
And guess what? All the things that they had to pay in order to keep you employed.
Yeah. That's
and
right.
you still getting a nice little check, right?
Yeah.
But you don't think they're not making more money off of you. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you got to understand the
much.
economics. That's
you
right.
You have to understand that.
And I remember I worked at a call center, and I call him my millionaire mentor, and he used to show me what they made per person, and they was paying like $12, $13 at that time, but he was making like $70, $80 a person. And so, but he's paying them a percentage of that because of the overhead. But you're right, a lot of people don't go into that business with that mindset to know, and so you don't realize the value that you bring as an employee as well. And also, again, I want to get back to this when we talk about how do you stand firm on your worth without feeling you're pushing people away. Again, I think you hit it on the head with just knowing your target audience. And so if they walk away because you're asking them to pay to pay what it is, that's all right.
I'm sure okay with it.
That's all right.
And I see you in the streets, at the grocery store,
No
somewhere,
problem.
and still love on you. It's
That's
not
right.
a problem.
That's right.
Because what? Once you start to compromise, then you will see your
You lose
business
integrity.
You do. You'll see clubs start out and be like, "Hey, grown up, you gotta wear your hard bottom shoes," and then somebody starts to come in with
tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Right? Then now you got
start relaxing the standard.
and now you see your vision is no longer what you imagine it to be. It is now blurred because you compromised on what you wanted to be because you was chasing the dollar. All money ain't good money.
Yeah.
Devaluing yourself and your business. You lose integrity of what you stand for.
No, that's right. I think you got to do that. So what I'm hearing is stand firm, be mindful of your target audience. Don't lower your standards to try and chase those customers. The people who will support you. And then community, we got to do better. Stop going in looking for a hookup.
And then go back to the business too.
Yeah.
You have to operate like, if you want somebody to treat you like a real business, like Walmart, you don't go to Walmart at 6:00 and them doors not open. You know what I mean? So if your business is that time, you make sure that you're there.
That's it.
You can't treat it like a hustle, because if you do, they're gonna treat you like a hustle. Yeah, they will.
All right, let me see. Okay, I'm just taking some of these comments. And so hold on. I stand on business. This is Ginger Grant. I stand on business with my prices. When people say your snow crabs are $22.99 for 2 snow crabs, my thought process is Grant's Crabs, Seafood and Grill is not for everyone. Again, target audience. Mika say slavery. Always looking for something. And then Miss Teresa says, and marketing to your target market is important. You can't rely on word of mouth marketing. UB says sometimes people don't see the value. Ginger again says consistency and quality. Stacy, good morning. Stacy Foster says exactly, Qiana, what you said about the clubs. And so y'all definitely tap in. Again, thank you for the letter. Thank you for your comments.
Oh wait, go back to the last one. They see your value, but they just hope you don't.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
That's a real one.
That's a big one. Big one. They know it, and that's why they coming. So thank you again for that. Again, you can support the One Community Grocery Co-op, ocgc.coop. We do have a couple of announcements, just a few reminders. Again, I want to thank you all who came for the Childs Park Wellness Walk this past Saturday. We do that the 4th Saturday of every month at 9:00 at the Childs Park Rec Center. Also, so this Saturday is going to be big and busy day. So you got STEM Saturday. STEM Saturday is a program by the Eddie Foundation, partnered with the Childs Park Neighborhood Association. We call it hands-on, minds-on learning. And so you can actually come in, get some hands-on. We have drones, so you can actually do the drones, little robotics. The last STEM Saturday, we actually had a brother come in and actually showed the children how to frame a door. Actually framed the whole wall. So he and then they use measurements to show them. So like being able to show how you use math to actually build and do things. And so it's that type of activity at Childs Park, 11 a.m. to 2. Take a break, go home, change up, and then head over to the Real Youth Alliance at 3. At 3 o'clock. Oh no, you register. If you ain't registered, then you just pull up and drop off a donation.
Right.
But the Real Youth Alliance, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Enoch Davis Center. I'm excited about that. It's gonna be
and
amazing.
Mo Franklin is doing something this weekend.
Mo Franklin, no place like home. And it's basically everything home ownership. Really talking about and him and his wife, Mo and Sam. I actually did the class at Neighborhood Home Solutions. And at the end of the class, that's when they have Mo and his wife come in and really start helping you with that end process. Like after you do your financial And then he starts showing you about the home buying process. I think he's also helping families get into the Sankofa project. And so he's the realtor that's making the connections for that. But they're doing an event Saturday. I think it starts at 10 o'clock at St.Pete College Midtown to give you all types of resources about home ownership. So make sure that y'all do that. And then we got the Cash Mob. So we're going to show some support to Big C's Barbecue. We're putting our dollars to work where it matters the most, supporting Black-owned businesses and strengthening our local economy. Shout out to Fat Charlie. That's going to be February the 7th at 12 p.m. 1039 Dr. Martin Luther King. Bring your cash and come and support local businesses. Final thoughts. What you got, Q?
You know what I'm going to say? We got 1 minute.
Okay.
Be the change you want to be a C. Write down those 5 things that make you giggle, smile, feel good. Because again, sometimes we focus on the negative and there's so much beauty that happened through the world. And we forget about it because that one thing happened. Stay tuned for
hold on. Before you do that, because we do got to. So I'm going to tell you the truth. One night, me and my wife pillow talking, right?
Okay, go ahead.
And I said, I'm trying to think of 5 things that made me smile today. And it's a good exercise. It's like it's a real good thing to do because I'm like, what made me smile today? Like, what did I? And so just do like because you say it all of the time, and been saying it for at least 4 out of the 5 years that you've been here. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do this year, right? You know, part of my New Year. And as I was doing it, I was like, you know what? Yeah, that is. I thought about 3. I found 3 good things. So yeah, that is a good exercise. And what it does is it make you mindful throughout the day. Because you know at the end of the day, you're gonna write down what made you smile. So you think about it as you're going through your day, and it allow you to enjoy the moment. So I want to thank you for that. People, we hear you say it all the time, but I don't think people really do it because I was people.
But if you do it at the end of the day, like right before you get ready to go, it like really lighten up and you go to bed with like a clear mind with this smile. And when you wake up, you had good thoughts. That's the reason why.
I appreciate that. Now, up next, Sister Hughes.
Lose your shoes.
Shout out around the house. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And we out.
Bing, bing.